Vag, vag, vag. What you gonna do when it's hot outside? Ooh, I know what. Listen to Vag. What you gonna do when the trains are down? Ooh, I know what. Listen to Vag.
For me.
Look at this guy. What's that a champion of?
2015. No. Hi, guys. This is Vag.
We're back.
In the car.
Another week. We are in a new location.
We're on the Upper West. We just moved up. We got
We
extra
moved
money,
up,
some
yeah.
gas money.
Yeah, all white people. And this one black guy that doesn't know he's lost.
No. He has a receding hairline. We'll just describe everybody that walks by. Hopefully we'll get some real good kooks. But mainly it's just like nannies and white babies.
If we seen somebody get hit by a car, would you stop the podcast?
Probably not. I don't think
I would just live describe what's going on.
yeah. Oh.
Ooh, there goes a head. She's going to need that.
That's going to hurt.
Oh, she's going to have an expensive bill. Hospital bill.
Boy. How was your Halloween? We hung out last night.
Yeah, it was fun. I dressed up like a lady Ghostbuster. I mean, not by choice. It was just the costume my friend had.
Yeah.
But I thought it was fun.
I thought you looked great in it.
Yeah, I liked your costume.
Yeah. I was olive oil.
And it's good you're also thin. Like a fat olive oil is a terrible choice.
I would have done it. I told Joe that we should have switched where he was olive oil.
Yes.
And I was Popeye.
He wasn't into it.
And he was like, that's gender bending.
But isn't he open to gender, whatever it is?
I guess he's open to it, not when it comes to his girlfriend. That's where he draws the line. He's not tolerant if I decided to bend my gender.
If you're wearing jeans, he's not into it.
Yeah.
He's not into you wearing jeans.
No, because we discussed that my olive oil outfit last night, I would have made also a really great Hasidic Jewish woman.
Yes, you did look like a Hasidic Jewish woman.
And I had that wig that I could wear too.
Yeah, you had that wig and then your blonde hair just coming out underneath.
Yeah.
That's who you truly were.
Yeah, I just was like, fuck it. We were going to be Beatles earlier from Sgt. Pepper, but the kit, we thought the kit included a wig and glasses and sideburns, but it just had the top. So we just looked like we were Indian, running an Indian buffet.
Do you think Muslim women are wearing Halloween costumes underneath their burkas?
Maybe, probably. I doubt they celebrate Halloween.
But like maybe one or two of them do. And like maybe one of them is like Wonder Woman underneath her burqa.
I would. If I was a Muslim woman, I would definitely be a slutty underneath.
Slutty underneath Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
So because you are allowed to wear whatever you want underneath. A lot of them do dress slutty.
Yeah. Like, I guess you could just wear your bathing suit the whole time.
Right. Or you can just buy some slutty clothes.
I'm sure they do. I'm so intrigued. I always feel like the sex has got to be hot. If
hot because you're wearing that outfit?
No, just like you've been covered up all in like you're only for your husband. So
is that what it's supposed to be?
But I just picture them. This is so ignorant. I'm talking about like Fanatic.
Okay.
Where
you only see the little eyes. I've seen a really funny I've seen a really funny thing where it said for Halloween I dressed up like a mail slot on a mailbox, and it's like a woman in a burqa and all you see is her eyes. That's really funny.
Oh, nice.
Well, you know, 'cause we have all those Muslim followers.
I know, guys. Don't boycott us, those products.
You know, if we could get ISIS to hate us, we would have so many listeners.
I would give anything for ISIS to hate us.
ISIS is in 32 countries. Who is their agent? That is what I want to know who their agent is. They're killing it.
Did I tell you that I tried following them on Twitter and they're not verified? So I couldn't tell who was the actual ISIS.
Oh. Do you think they have a point person that does like their PR and social media?
There has to be.
I used to have a joke about that. Now that I think about it.
Well, it's just like I want to know if I'm following ISIS that I'm following the right ISIS.
I mean, I think even if you're following like maybe not the head ISIS, you're probably following a pretty decent terrorist group.
Like close in there. Well, I did have somebody, I tweeted that they're not verified, and then this guy with those like Arabic letters tweeted back at me, was like, I'll help you. that
I'll help you get it verified?
or no, to
get into it?
follow the right one. And then I was like, is this a Pandora's box that I want to open? I should have just said, why not, and see where this like adventure takes me.
You should have. That would have been interesting.
Cut to, I'm in the desert.
And you're
where I'm
wearing...
like, well, this went a little too far.
You'd be like, well, I am able to verify that this was the correct ISIS.
Guys, I found him.
I found him. I'm here.
Not so bad.
No.
The food's great. They're kind of hot.
I'm sure.
I bet some of them are cute.
I think if you gave some of them a decent shower and a shave, a lot of them would be pretty fuckable.
Well, honestly, a little bit of me thought Osama bin Laden is a little
You
bit
were
cute.
attracted to him?
If you cleaned him up a bit.
Fucking gross.
Put him in a good suit.
He's disgusting. And
I think, are you thinking of Saddam Hussein?
I actually think Saddam Hussein is better looking than...
Oh?
Yeah, I would
My
fuck
God.
Saddam Hussein over Osama bin Laden.
Right now, I'm picturing our kind of Tiger Beat magazine with like hot terrorists.
Hot terrorists.
With like their face and like a star cut out.
And then us just by them giving them a kiss.
Like 25 things you didn't know about Osama bin Laden.
And we're just like standing outside
he's
their
a really
house.
great guy.
We're just standing outside their house like, oh my God, I think he's going to come outside.
Nothing would make them seem not as strong or menacing of us treating them like heartthrobs.
Yeah, if we just thought they were so hot. I really do think I think definitely Saddam Hussein was hotter than Osama bin Laden. Whoever's listening to this, please, I want to know who you think is better looking.
Maybe on our Vag Twitter handle.
On our Twitter handle, yes.
We'll start a survey. Who's hotter, Saddam Hussein or Osama bin Laden?
Right. They're both dead. So, in their heyday.
Yeah, in their peak.
In their peak. And washed up, a nice shave, maybe a nice, Armani suit.
I think there was one photo of Saddam Hussein where they outfitted him and stuff from the Gap.
And he looked nice?
Yeah, he looked nice.
I just can't picture the other one. Look, let's see what
I always, this is just a side note, but I always thought Saddam Hussein's asshole must be out of control hairy.
Yeah, but I think both of them are. You don't think so?
To me, Osama bin Laden seemed a little bit more well-kept.
Oh, Saddam Hussein's way better looking.
Let me see. Now let's do Osama bin Laden.
All right. Osama. I feel like Osama bin Laden really smelled.
But like that good smell.
I don't know. Maybe you're right.
Yeah, if you just cleaned him up a
bit.
bit.
You might be right. I might say Osama bin Laden is a little bit better looking. You're right. Not so much there though.
Yeah.
Is he wearing a sailor hat?
Yeah.
Or what is that?
We have to tweet at him. Is that a sailor hat?
Wait, former Navy SEAL wrote book about Osama. Oh, I thought he was going to say former Navy SEAL was like, why are you wearing a sailor hat?
Wait, somebody told me that, is it him or Saddam Hussein that really liked Whitney Houston? Like they found
her music.
Like through his history that either he was watching a lot of Whitney Houston videos.
I don't know. But she was a great artist. So I would think even if you're a terrorist, you would appreciate good music.
But that's the thing where I'm like, how can you hate a country so hard when we produce people like Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey?
Because we also produce people like Justin Bieber,
But he's pretty great too.
I guess, but what about people like Jennifer Lopez?
I know she's not as great, but she offered some. She has a nice ass.
But this is all right.
Did a mean Selena.
Okay, but this is what I think about Jennifer Lopez. There was a girl in the audience the other night, and she was, I guess, from the Bronx, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Aren't you upset? You could have been Priscilla from the Bronx. Like everyone looks kind of the same. Like Jennifer Lopez is hot, but like there's a lot of other Puerto Ricans just as hot
and good as." Just as good of a dancer and actor.
Well, she's not a good actor.
She's not
and she's not a good singer. She does a lot of things very mediocre.
Yes.
Any other Puerto Rican girl who was just as talented as her could have fucked the Wayans brothers and been in all these movies where she just learns to fight. That's what all her movies are. She's fighting everybody
in a bad wig.
She's fighting everybody in a movie. She's always fighting white men in them too.
That's true. Little white men.
Yeah, you're right. Saddam Hussein is probably not better looking. I take that back. But I still like to know what other people think.
Yeah, right in. I mean, to each his own. You know what I mean? Like, I can see where.
What about
I
if
can
you-
see why you thought Saddam Hussein was attractive, because in that one I was like this.
He
He's
is
kind of nice looking.
What
in
about
that one.
What about Putin?
Putin?
Yeah.
I can tell you that, like, there is something sexy about him in a
Really?
weird way. And I'm not the only one that stands. I've talked to other girlfriends of
talked to
mine,
and
they
they're
have a
into
weird Putin thing.
No.
I think it's that powerful man thing. Like, people think Simon Cowell is attractive, and
But
he's
Simon-
not that powerful.
Okay, but Simon Cowell is actually attractive.
is he? He has like
Yeah.
bitch tits.
But he's he's way better looking than this. Putin looks like fucking Big Bird.
No, but yeah, he seems like a Bond villain.
He does. I guess I'd rather fuck him over Saddam or Osama just 'cause he's white.
All right, veggies. What horrible world leader would you bone
What's
to
the,
save the U.S.?
What's the one? What's the North Korea one?
Kim Jong-un?
Yeah.
He, to me, seems kind of feminine, and I'm not into not twinks, but
Twinks.
he's not a twink.
Wait till he finds out you called him a twink.
He'll be so mad at me.
He's gonna be real pissed.
I just don't like that. I don't like his the way he dresses. He dresses like he is in how can I speak, in an emo band.
Yeah. Castro's pretty hot.
Castro's hot.
All right, Castro's really fucking
Castro's
hot.
on the top.
He's definitely on the top.
But
He's dead now, right?
yeah, I also thought
Hitler
Che-
was good looking.
Hitler was I was so into Hitler. I went through a little Hitler phase.
Oh man, Castro's hot. I might add him to my spank bank.
Yeah, he was hot. I bet you put in young Castro.
Young Castro, okay. I think that one picture of him was pretty young.
Che
Guevara?
Yeah, I thought he was hot in his youth. But he's not like
He
a
looks pretty young there. No, this isn't him, is it? Wow, 17-year-old Fidel Castro. What a fucking hunk.
I think he's the winner.
He is the winner. Yeah, this guy could take over anything. Look at him here.
Yeah, if you're good looking,
But I do appreciate an ugly person being able to take over.
it's really
I
hard.
think it's much harder.
It's super hard. That's why, remember when I said I thought David Koresh kind of had a sex appeal about him?
Who?
David Koresh.
Oh,
The
that's
Branch
right. Yeah,
Davidians.
yeah. I thought he was okay.
He's all right.
Yeah, he's more your type, I think.
Yeah.
Who else was I gonna look up?
I think, but you like Fidel Castro.
Fidel Castro's a hottie.
I can't think of any other bad worldly. There's
Stalin.
There's Stalin, Mussolini. Then there's Coney, the guy in
Who's
Africa.
this guy? No fucking
Oh.
way.
Joseph Stalin, he was a hottie
Wait,
too.
okay. Castro is being bumped for Stalin.
So it's Stalin, Castro,
Stalin Castro. Yeah.
Putin, Simon
This
Cowell.
is not him. Is this it? Is this really him?
Yeah, I've seen
No
that photo
fucking
before.
way.
Yeah,
How
I'm-
fucking hot was this guy?
he has great hair, guys. His hair
Yeah.
is amazing.
amazing hair, amazing,
dresser.
great eyebrows.
I think also as a world leader, if you're going to dominate and with an iron fist, you have to be a sharp dresser.
And you should also have a huge cock. You should lead with an iron fist and a huge cock.
Although, it's this last year it came out that Adolf Hitler has a micro penis. I'm glad that was clarified.
This
for
guy
us.
should have been a fucking model.
Yeah, and if he got that modeling contract.
If America's Next Top Model was back out during that time,
Yeah.
Stalin might have not taken over the world.
Just as Adolf Hitler, if his got into that art school.
Holy shit, Stalin is... Look up... Whoever's listening to this, look up young Joseph Stalin.
Yeah.
Fucking hot.
I bet you Hitler without the mustache is decent looking.
Let's see. Oh
I'm
my god, he's totally...
thinking.
These guys are totally blowing away the Middle Eastern guys.
Totally.
Young Hitler. I can't believe this is what we're doing.
Yeah, we had stuff lined up to talk about, and now we got sidetracked. It's not working.
No. I mean,
yeah, let me see without the mustache.
without the mustache.
Maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, nothing. I think
He's in the bottom of the world leaders.
that
hotness.
picture of Joseph Stalin is gonna be my screensaver.
Yeah, he's a hottie.
I bet you if I told people that this guy is my boyfriend, people like he's so fucking hot. They wouldn't even know who he is, and when I told him he murdered millions of people, they'd be like, I still fuck him. Yes. They'd be like, who cares?
No, if you're hot, you can literally get away with murder.
Yeah, women will still date you.
If there was a world leader, that looked like George Clooney, that was oppressing a ton of people, there'd be people that were like, I don't know.
Stalin hotter than Clooney.
Super, yeah.
Who do you think is? I think Stalin might be the hottest guy I've ever seen.
One of, yeah.
Young Stalin is one of the hottest guys I've ever seen.
Okay,
I wish he was still alive.
that's settled. I bet you.
That's
I wonder if he has kids. Let's put that on our list.
Well, that's another thing, one of our lists to do. We did actually have things to talk about today.
Yeah, we have some batshit crazy.
Oh my God, did I
news
lose all of
stories.
them? Of course I did, 'cause I'm retarded.
Oh, you had Lamar Odom went to court.
Here we go. All right, so this story, Lamar Odom was kicked out of court after telling the judge that Chloe's pussy smelled like earring backs.
Is it her pussy?
He said, yeah, her pussy smelled like earring
Okay.
backs.
I've never smelled earring backs, but I've heard people talk about the smell of earring backs.
What do earring backs smell like? Just like bronze? Like
I think
Like
so,
pennies?
but like there's probably like a weird cheese smell to it.
oh,
Like a blue cheese.
I remember a girl said that a guy described her pussy as it was just like he was holding a bunch of pennies for a long time.
That sounds like she was bleeding.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Well, this is what it says here.
This is news. This is something that somebody got paid to write up.
He wrote, "Don't let the ass fool you. It was so big that she couldn't wash that motherfucker." Well, Lamar went on to say that it runs in her family. They spend all this money on getting new asses, not thinking that it's going to take twice as long to wash it.
They probably when you get your big ass, they probably don't tell you how to take care of it.
Right, like you know how there's like those videos where they're like, now you're gonna the steps on how to clean your new big ass. You're gonna have to get a longer washcloth. You might have to even use a towel,
A special soap
a special soap that curves
you
for
can
your
get
big ass.
on your way out. Like when you go to the salon, they're like, your ass soap is in the front. They'll
like
show you which
it's like
one.
a big banana that you just put in the middle of your ass.
And then when you go back, you're like, I really like my huge ass, but it's been smelling a lot. And he was like, well, I told you how to clean it. Did you follow my directions?
And she's like, it's just too hard. It's too much work. I'm really having a tough time cleaning my ass right now. And he's like, well, if you want, you can hire one of our helpers and they will help clean your ass for you.
Yeah. I mean, if they can afford everything else, they can afford an ass cleaner.
Look at this lady right here.
She's
about
killing it.
90 years old.
And she's dressed like she's going to the club.
Hilarious. Wait, so there's another line to this. It says, they spend all this money on getting new asses thinking it's going to take twice as long to wash it. Kanye used to send me page-long messages about how he used to sleep in the car some nights because of Kim. Meaning Kim's ass used to smell. Now, I don't know if this is true or not.
I'm gonna say it's true because I like to believe that it's true.
I would like to say it's true also, and that Kanye's just sitting in the car mad, writing songs about Kim's smelly ass.
And then you're like, why are you in the car, Kanye? It's 2:00 in the morning. And he's like, Kim didn't wash her ass.
And now I'm stuck in the grass. I'm going to smoke some grass 'cause she got smelly ass. I told her to take another pass at washing that ass.
You're better. You're
I'm
pretty
pretty.
good.
I'm going to drop an album.
I'll twerk in it.
You could twerk in that.
You rap in the front and I'll twerk in the background. And I have a clean ass.
You have a clean ass, yeah.
know how to wash an ass.
Don't get a big ass 'cause you're not going to be able to wash it. That should be a song.
Yeah.
So people don't want these big asses 'cause they're not able to wash them.
It should be the follow-up to I like girls with big butts.
Yeah, a guy that's like, I actually prefer a woman with a small butt.
Medium to small, because she knows how to clean it.
She knows how to clean her ass.
Or if you're gonna get a big ass, maybe like longer arms. You have to get
You have to get your arms extended
so you can reach into your ass to clean it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
We went ahead and lengthened your arms.
Like,
so you can clean
like a
them.
2-for-1 sale.
Yeah.
Where it's like, get your ass bigger and your arms extended so you can reach it.
Yeah. Just like these added parts.
Do you think you have to go? I guess you have to go further in also.
Well, I didn't know that. Do you think their asses there's implants in them?
Of course, those aren't their real asses. If you see pictures from them when they're younger, their asses are not like that.
Yeah, but you get bigger when you're younger.
Yeah, but
Are you talking about from their young adult life?
Young adult life. I'm not talking about when they're 5. I'm like, when they're 5, they didn't have junk in the trunk.
Yeah, and then they just like grew into
Yeah.
them.
No.
Their asses I have to say, are pretty impressive.
They are. But I guess, do you think if you have a bigger ass, your ass just smells more? You still have the same asshole.
Yeah, it's not like your asshole, it's not like it gets bigger.
But I guess maybe it has more places to spread.
I guess, or a longer trek to get to the butthole.
Also, if you get a bigger ass, you do need a guy with a bigger dick.
And then, can I just say this? They are Armenian.
Yes.
And have thick hair.
Yeah. So
they probably have a hairier asshole.
That's true.
That needs upkeep.
I'm sure they get everything waxed, though.
Oh, completely. And probably bleached.
Yeah. Do you think you can use teeth whitening strips on your asshole to bleach it?
Probably not. They should put that on the box.
You cannot use these strips to
teeth
bleach your
only. Don't put this on your asshole.
Yeah, people keep showing up with these ass strips on these teeth whitening strips on their asshole.
You know that's happened.
Oh, I bet a ton of people have done that.
If people are putting tire glue into their ass to make them bigger.
Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, there's something weird where they like these butt implants that are cheap, super cheap, that people find on like Craigslist, and then you find out they just injected like rubber cement into their ass, and then they get sick. There's something like that. I'm not just spreading this weird rumor.
I'm looking it up if you can use teeth whitening strips on your ass.
Oh, that's good, because a lot of our listeners have called in.
Yes, we get a lot of callers.
That's our number one question we get.
Doesn't say anything about. It says crest whitening strips in the anus. I know bleaching your anus can be harmful, but is it possible? Why would you be bleaching your anus? Stay away from possible teeth whitening.
When I've used the crest, and that does make your teeth sensitive, so I bet you just think about putting that on your asshole. That has a lot more nerve endings.
This was the best answer on Yahoo. Oh my God, haha! Can't you spend your time doing more important things than bleaching your anus? Thanks,
No.
you just made my day.
Well, some people are in porn and they need to have a white anus.
Yeah, and some porn stars aren't making a lot of money.
Yeah, and you got to do as much as you can do. Although if I was going to do porn, I would make sure I'd be in the fetish of like gross, ugly girl. Like, you know, the girl that doesn't take care of herself.
I would want to do the guy that like loves when you just mash your feet on meat. That's what I would want to do. Like I could be.
Well, now that I know that that's an option.
No. You've already picked what you're doing. You can't just hop into my genre now. Okay.
I'm gonna do the
No. I'm in the meat mashing business, and you're in the whatever.
The dirty girl porn.
Whatever you picked. What did you pick?
One where guys into girls with not kept assholes.
That's fine. I'm in the meat mashing business. I'm in meat mashers.
I didn't know that we could
like
go.
Imagine like those.
Fuck.
Imagine those two girls' days where like you're just getting pounded all day in the asshole, and I'm just like stepping on chopped meat.
And I'm kind of you're my roommate, and I resent you for. I'm like, well, I didn't know we could choose that one.
Like we go out to lunch, and you're like, oh, God, my ass is killing me, and I'm like, I know my feet are so gross. But my asshole feels fine.
All right. Well, I guess I'm probably making more money than you are, though. So I'm buying this lunch.
I think I think a lot of people are into meat mashing.
That's true.
I remember going into a store and that was something where people were like really into. Well, because people have a real foot fetish, so like mashing meat must like make them go insane.
Oh, of course. Well, probably because it has like a sound and textural that kind of, I guess, turns them on. I've thought about, I'm like, what is so wrong about wearing your underwear and then mailing it to a guy to make money?
There's nothing wrong with that.
I've thought of that as a business. Yeah,
I remember Justy and me were always going to, like when we quit comedy, we're going to move down to Florida and do an underwear business.
That should be a show.
Yeah, we're just going to move down to Florida and do an underwear business where you wear your underwear.
It's like Designing Woman, but instead of like they're working on interior design, it's just the whole time we're just dealing with taking on and off our underwear.
You're just running around the block a lot.
As well as the day-to-day problems of running a business like that.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not that, but I wonder how much money you can make doing that.
I don't know. I'll look it up. Put that on the list.
We have a lot of stuff that we've never done.
I'll look it up. Joe would be so mad if my side business, my side hustle was taking on and off my underwear and then you know what? I still feel like I would be so lazy because I don't feel like going to the post office to mailing off my underwear.
Well, what if you mailed a bunch at a time?
That's true. I could just go to sample. Like,
how do you keep in the freshness?
I don't think you have to keep it fresh.
No, but like what I mean is, how do you keep the smell?
The essence.
The essence, maybe not the freshness, the essence. How do you keep the essence in?
I'd probably have to, buy plastic baggies.
You think that's it? You think that would hold it? I feel like you would. You ever see those commercials where you have like 10 comforters and they put them in one thing and then they compress it?
Yeah.
I feel like that's what you would have to do to keep it in.
This sounds like a lot of work. Like in my mind, I feel like this would be an easy $50 to make a day, and then I'm like this. Adrienne, this is too much.
You really want to give up everything right away. You have a very small vision. I just want to say that. Like once we get this business the hardest part is getting this stuff.
Yeah.
Then once you get this machine, you get a system going, it's easier. The hardest part is once your pussy dries up and you're not able to do the underwear anymore.
When I get old. I only have 5 more years in this business.
In this business, but in the pussy smelling underwear business, I'd say a good 10.
That's true.
15.
Maybe I can get other girls.
Yeah.
Like a factory.
Well, what we could do is like see which comics 2-3 years in are clearly not going to make it and recruit them. Be like, hey, I just want to let you know, you're probably not going to make it in this business. And we've been doing this a long time and we've not made it.
Yeah.
So we're going to recruit you for our pussy panties.
Are you in?
And Justy has to be in it too.
Oh, of course. Justy, if you're listening.
Justy's all about it.
You're in. I'm in. I let a guy photograph my feet once on the street because he said he was into my feet.
Well, that's not even that big of a deal.
I know, because my face wasn't in it. I was like, as long as my face is not in it, I don't care if you jerk off to my feet.
Yeah, I had a guy ask me recently. He was like, what do your feet look like? I was like, fine. I was like, why? And he's like, oh, I have a really big foot fetish. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he told me a story about how his ex-girlfriend kind of used her feet to jerk this guy off over his pants in front of him, and he thought that was hot. I was like,
he told you this?
Well, he texted it to me, which I think is
that's a long text.
Yeah, which I think is even sadder to have to text that out and have proof it exists.
Oh yeah, where you're like screenshotting it.
Yeah, so he asked me if I would send him. He asked me if I would send him a picture of my feet, and I just picked the most disgusting feet on the internet and sent them.
Oh, that's great. There's some gnarly feet in this city. I've seen like a pinky toe grow out of another toe.
Oh,
it's so disturbing. Whereas like that would not do well. What other stories do we have?
Oh, this was another good one. So, Meta World Peace, I guess.
The basketball player.
Yeah, whose real name is Ron William Artest.
I feel like I've heard that name before.
Yeah, 'cause he's a basketball player.
Okay.
He said that he claims that ghosts touched him inappropriately.
And I want to know why he was what prompted him to explain this. Was he late to something?
I don't know. So I guess they had a game somewhere. The Lakers were in Oklahoma City to play Thunder on Saturday, and they stayed at the Skirvin Hilton. The Hilton Hotel is said to be haunted.
Yeah.
Especially on the 10th floor.
Where basketball players stay.
Where visiting NBA teams usually stay.
Yeah. Okay, so it sounds like
he was looking for it.
Well,
he was asking for it.
We haven't talked about what did the ghost do to him.
Oh yeah. So the supernatural speculation so strong that other Lakers players stayed somewhere else. He had an encounter that he described as astral assault. He said the ghosts were all over me. I just accepted it, he said. They touched me all over the place. I'm taking one of the ghosts to court for touching me in the wrong places.
This is a news story?
It's on Huffington Post.
Okay. My theory is that he kind of got busted cheating, or something was unexplainable of like, why is there lipstick on your dick, or something weird like that.
Yeah.
And he was like,
a ghost came in
and blew me.
It says so he explained
I was like, I don't want any of this.
Well, it says despite the cheeky quote, he insisted he was being serious. And this is why he didn't run away. I was watching a good movie and I was tired. I didn't want to move. He was watching the George Clooney flick Money Monster.
Oh yeah. It can't be that good. It went straight to iTunes.
Yeah, I'm sure a ghost isn't going to sit in a room watching that.
Yeah, the ghost is like, I'm assuming it's a girl ghost.
It says just as scary as ghosts groping, 2 NBA players both reported bed bugs from staying at the Skirvin.
Yeah, this sounds like a lie. Also, I can't believe Huffington Post just sounds like a bullshit news source.
It's just what a weird thing to even admit. Like, let's say
yeah,
you felt like a ghost. Like I remember one night.
I would never admit I've seen a ghost.
No, I remember one night I was sleeping and I really thought I was doing flips in the air. I felt like I was doing flips in the actual air, and I just was like, I'm just not going to tell anyone about that.
Yeah.
Let alone I'm a famous Laker player and say that ghosts are fucking me.
Yeah. I remember one time I worked with this girl and she told me her apartment is haunted, and I was like, oh, what did the ghost look like? And she was like, it's this old Eastern European guy in a tank top. And I was like, your ghost is in a tank top? And then I was like, I can't listen to anything you say. Like, I can't value anything you say after that.
Well, he was wearing a wife beater.
Yeah, but I find it hard to believe that an apartment is haunted.
Right, because they say that they only haunt houses, I guess.
Yeah, and then I find it weird that the ghost is in a tank top.
Well, I told you the other day that I heard did I tell you I heard footsteps in my apartment?
Yeah.
And I guess maybe I was just overtired, but I did hear one of the cabinets open.
That's spooky.
I
don't believe in ghosts, but I really wish they did exist.
I don't really believe in it either. Although, I just think there are some weird occurrences that happen.
No, I believe that. But I always feel like there's usually, kind of an explanation, a draft, a pressure.
A
window's open, yeah.
It was weird. I remember right after my dad died, I was really upset, and I went to my friend's house at the time, and I was, hysterical crying, and all of a sudden the radio just went on. I thought that was kind of weird.
That is weird.
Yeah. I also think, too, if you knew who the ghost was, you would be like, oh, cool, it's Dad.
Yeah. What I like...
But if it was or even...
How did you know it was your dad? Because
I
just ignored you.
Yeah, because he just ignored me. I just knew it was my father. If it was Stalin, I'd be like, cool.
Yeah. Oh, he can assault me.
Yeah. Astral assault.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a little weird. I don't know. Why'd he even bring this story up?
That's what I want to know.
Was it, like you said, maybe his wife asked
That's
him?
also like you change your name to that, and then you follow up with a ghost story assaulting you while you're watching the movie Money Monster.
I also think when you change your names to something like that, people are just like, whatever. Nothing you say really has any value to me anymore.
I know. I went to school with this girl, and she changed her name to Jade, and she didn't let us know. The teacher did roll call, and then she didn't answer to her name, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm Jade now." That I was like,
What was her old name?
Stephanie. And we're good. We're friends. I really like her, but it was just one of those things where you're like, you have to at least give us a heads up, and you can't act like you completely don't remember that you went by that name.
You can only change your name if you change your sex. You can't just change your name regularly. I'm not going to respond to that.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, like if you're Stephanie your whole life and then you're like, I'm just going to change it now to Amanda. I'm like, no, you at least have to get a cock now, and I'm going to call you Tom. Like, I'm not going to just call you a different woman's name now.
No, it's completely weird.
Yeah, you have to have a whole struggle and have been tortured your whole life mentally by thinking you're another gender.
I had another friend I didn't
For
know.
me to go through the trouble of remembering to call you a different name.
Yeah. There's something a little bit, not to be judgmental, but there's something definitely a little kooky if you decide to change your name.
I mean, unless your parents name you something terrible like fucktard.
Yeah.
Like if your parents... Do you think there should be a bureau that like decides whether you have named your kid an acceptable thing?
Well, I remember our parents got in trouble a few years ago for naming their kid Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, like there should be someone that says, no,
You
that
can't
name
do
is
that.
taken.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Like SAG. How SAG won't let you.
Right. Look at that little Asian baby.
Oh, they're adorable. Cutie pies.
And they're with an Asian family.
Oh, yeah. That's weird for
Yeah.
Upper West.
Yeah. Usually, they get shipped here from Korea because they're about to be killed.
I've always liked, was it Mike Racine's joke?
Oh, yeah, that's
But
funny.
how are we going to know that you adopted?
How are we going to know you're a good person, right?
Yeah. Check out Mike Racine.
Mike Racine's very funny.
Yeah, highly recommend. Yeah, I have a hard time with ghost stories.
I have a hard time people changing their name as well.
But like remember that murder story, Lizzie Borden, who gave her mother 40 whacks or something like that? It was like one of the biggest murder trials in American history.
No, but
This happened in like in the 18th century. They just
40 whacks, like what kind of whacks?
with an axe, like she axed her
Oh.
parents. There's a nursery rhyme for it. That's the only reason why.
Wax with an axe.
Yeah, but they opened up that house as a bed and breakfast. You can stay in it, and I've always wanted to stay in a haunted house, just to be creeped out.
Just to see if her mom will come there.
Yeah,
Do you think her mom just complains about her daughter?
probably.
She's like, what an ungrateful bitch.
Although sometimes I feel like a lot of moms, like even if their daughter killed him, would be like, she's going through a hard time. Or
No
it's hard
way.
not to like.
No way.
You
My
don't think so?
my mom would be so pissed off. Like if I killed her and she came back, she would be like extremely mad. She would never be forgiving.
And she would just haunt you.
Yeah, like if I forget her birthday or something, she's mad. Like
She'll just haunt you then in her real life.
Yeah, I couldn't just forget. I couldn't just murder her and then she'd be okay with it. Stay Ash Wednesday. What's that guy got on his face?
No, it's not Ash Wednesday.
Is that hair? What is that on his head?
It looks like a bruise. Maybe he headbutted
Oh.
somebody. I remember this guy. My friend had this guy that she knew lived in an efficiency, and he was told by the like a studio apartment by the lady that presented it to him. She was like, there's people say this place is haunted by a little girl or somebody. It wasn't a real estate agent. It was some girl that was like, your place is haunted. And he was like, by who? And he's like, it's a little girl. And he got weirded out because he felt so bad for the little girl ghost because she must have just like witnessed him masturbating all the time.
Oh yeah, but I guess that would be the perfect situation for a pedophile to like
True.
fuck this ghost.
Yeah.
That's what they
And
should
not
do. They should find
child
places where
ghosts.
child ghosts are haunting them and let pedophiles go there and fuck these ghosts. That is what they should really do.
I think you just solved
I just
one of our
solved,
biggest
I just
problems.
solved the biggest problem.
Where do we put our pedophiles? How do we get rid of child ghosts?
Yeah. Child ghosts are going to run. They are going to be like...
Or try to solve their problems to get back into the afterlife.
Yeah, they're like, holy shit, I'm totally okay with my father killing me as a child. I want to go back
Everything's resolved.
Yep. I don't want to stay in this house anymore.
I don't want to see this guy's dick anymore.
Yeah, and this guy's going to be like, that was crazy. I'm fucking a child ghost.
Thank you. Thank you.
And all my dreams have come true.
I like that people think we're podcasting outside of a Marshall's.
What do you think that lady would say if we just told her pedophiles should fuck child ghosts? The pregnant lady.
She would hate us. But you know what? You did a pedophile joke at a comedy show, and the only person, or one, not the only, but one of the
Probably
people that
the
was
only.
the nicest was the pregnant lady who was laughing the hardest.
Which show was
I was
this?
at the standing room.
Oh, yes. That's right.
And I was like, oh, I love her.
I think it was about killing a baby, right?
Something like that.
Oh, you know what joke it was?
She gets it.
It was the I remember what joke. That was the dumpster baby.
Yes.
And she thought it was hilarious. Nobody else really did, but she did.
And she was the only one pregnant in there.
Yeah, and I guess 'cause she's like, good advice. If I'm going to kill my baby, don't put it in the same dumpster I throw my regular garbage out in.
Yeah. I mean, you have to go somewhere else to do that.
Yes, go bring it to the landfill. You don't want to get caught. These people are just very sloppy murderers.
I know. My thing is, like, just take it to a church.
You know what it is, though? If you give a baby away, you always, your whole life, I feel like, are looking over your shoulder, especially when it gets to, like, 17 or 18 years later. You're like, is that my kid? Is that my kid? Is that my kid?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what it is. You just never want to be surprised by your child.
Well, I have a friend that donated his sperm in his early years, and now he's nervous about dating girls after a certain time period.
Right, 'cause it could be his kid.
Totally.
That's why you don't
And
do it.
if you donated your sperm, there's a high chance it could be because you have like millions of sperm out there that women are putting in themselves. Unless,
Do you think? But how many people do you think they let take your sperm?
I don't know, they do, like, the woman go through like a book and look at your
Select.
background and select what kind of sperm they want.
I mean, I think if I listed the qualifications about me and I was like selling my eggs, I think they would just die. I think everyone would be like, I'm going to pass.
We have these eggs in the way back
Yeah.
for cheap.
These eggs are like the ones that are going to expire tomorrow. They're like not the best, you know. They're you're probably going to get sick if you eat these eggs.
We'll give you 100 for $5.
Yeah.
No, it's harder to sell your eggs than it is for sperm because you have to be in better shape.
Better shape. I mean, mental illness.
You have
know,
to be
like everything,
young.
addiction. I think they would want somebody that's like gone to Ivy League schools and
Good, yeah.
What are-
Aesthetic.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's too late to sell our eggs.
Oh yeah, we're in our
We couldn't even
late 30s.
give ours away for free.
I feel like we could give it away to somebody who's desperate and like somebody who couldn't afford better eggs. I think if we were like for $1,000,
Yeah.
we could do that.
I think even with like, I don't think we can give ours away for 1,000.
No, 'cause it's like $8,000.
Yeah.
So I think we could get at least $1,000,
We-
Sarah.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, we're at least funny. We have that going for us.
That's true.
I'm a pretty good driver. Is that going to bode well for me?
That'll bode well.
Your kid is going to be an excellent driver. She's going to pick terrible boyfriends, but she's going to be a great driver.
We do have alcoholism.
Yeah, she's probably going to be a really bad alcoholic and have a lot of other addictions.
How hard? That's got to be it's so hard to find the perfect human being.
I mean, who is the perfect human being? Jesus?
I guess.
And he was a real pushover.
Yeah. Super pushover.
People pleaser.
Yeah, he's a.
He should
Well-
have worked the fourth step.
I'm sure he had some other annoying qualities.
Oh yeah, didn't he fuck a bunch of women or something?
Prostitutes.
I was just going to call them women, Sarah, okay? I wasn't gonna degrade them and slut shame them like you.
Oh yeah, that's why I call all women sluts.
Sluts.
What's up, sluts? Like Real Housewives. What are some other stories?
All right, hold on.
I have that one where something about a fire was started in Tokyo Hospital. Here, I'll read it. Fart sparks fire in Tokyo hospital, leaves patient burnt. A woman's fart during an operation in a Japanese hospital caused a fire in which she suffered gruesome burns. The fire happened at the Tokyo Medical University Hospital in April, but details have only been released following an inquiry by medical experts. I guess somebody was like, okay, wait, what happened? The patient, aged in her 30s, was undergoing a surgical procedure which involved applying a laser to her cervix. But when the woman passed wind, the gas is believed to have ignited the laser beam, resulting in burns to much of her waist and legs. The findings of an expert committee into the incident stated no flammable materials were in the operating theater during the surgery. When the patient's intestinal gas leaked into the space of the operation room, it ignited with the irradiation of the laser, and the burning spread, eventually reaching the surgical drape and causing the fire. Embarrassing.
That is embarrassing. But you know what that reminds me of? Like, somebody had gotten, I mean, it's not the same thing, but somebody had gotten like an x-ray done, and they had metal on them, and then like something in the room attached to them and hit them in the head, and I think they died or went into a coma.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. So it's not the same thing, but it's like it's like a, I guess, technological whatever.
Just like
mishap.
A perfect storm.
A perfect storm
Perfect
of crap.
Shit storm. Sometimes it just feels like maybe they did something and they don't want to own up to it, and they were like, you farted.
So that's the thing about medical malpractice, right? So you have multiple people in a room, and if everyone agrees to lie, then they're all good.
It's the truth.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to see if one person is not going to lie. That's why, you know how they always have like secret shoppers to make sure you're not stealing? There should be a secret medical assistant.
Imagine like you're the patient and then you're like trying to isolate everybody that was in the room. You're like, so I farted?
Wait, and my body just went on fire? And they're like,
you're telling me I farted on a laser beam.
What are the chances of that? Like how and you're like, is there footage of this? And they're like,
the guy's like, yeah.
But we lost it. There was footage, but
it was
lost
really
it.
Stinky.
We lost the footage though. It was like one of those dash cams that police guys have, and we lost it. We don't have it.
It was crazy though. I don't know what you ate that day, but
so wait,
I gotta go.
So look at that Asian guy. He has a mask on his face. That always concerns me. Like, what does that guy know?
I know, and
why does he have a mask on his face?
I always feel like most times if you see somebody wearing a mask on their face, like a surgical mask, they're Asian.
What is this guy wearing? I want to take a picture of this guy. What is he wearing?
My God.
Holy shit. Don't walk so fast, guy. Come on. I want to post your picture. You walk too fast.
It was wacky leggings with a bomber jacket.
He looked
with like ducks on it or something.
He looked like Boy George, but like a much worse version of Boy George, wearing like crazy leggings with like a crazy bomber jacket.
Yeah, or the guy that created Boy George.
Yeah, I was Boy George for Halloween.
I know. Can I tell you, I laughed so hard because you got Boy George and George Michael confused.
I know. I was just like, two fags. In my head, I just was like, two fags.
From the 80s. But I was like this, George Michael, huh? I just pictured you. I was like, like as you're the little girl.
How would I dress up as George Michael?
Yeah, in
smoking
a jacket,
smoking a cigarette
with like the perfect stubble.
Have faith.
I was like,
I gotta have faith.
All right, Adrienne was George Michael, and then when you're like,
oh no,
showed me a photo, I was like, that's Boy George.
I was like, oh, I got it wrong. Two fags, and I love fags, so that's not offensive.
No, Adrienne loves them.
I love them. They're the best.
Oh.
What else have you dressed up for on Halloween as?
To be honest, I don't really dress up that often on Halloween, but I have to say I always have the best time when I do The last time I did it, I did more of a character where I was a single mom and I didn't have the kids for the day. And I don't have to wake up early to cut hair. I had one of those like fallout.
So you just dressed like you normally dress?
Like I normally do. Yeah. No, I wore at this was like over 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Remember those ponytails? Those clip-in ponytails?
The things that crunched?
Yeah, over your little tiny
best.
chemotherapy ponytail that you because your body couldn't produce that much hair.
Yes. That's
I had
great.
one of those because I always thought they were huge at the time. Like tons of women were wearing them all
like
over.
The 90s?
Early 2000s.
Okay.
2004.
Okay.
Maybe even early 2000s. And a ton of women were wearing them, and I always felt like it was a particular kind of woman, like an aging woman that couldn't let go of her hot youth.
Yeah.
I guess I would consider it WT, a little white trash.
White trash, yeah.
Yeah.
Trashy.
So I wore denim jean shorts with tan pantyhose and Keds.
Oh, that's pretty great.
And then a packet of cool cigarettes.
Oh, that's a pretty great costume.
The hundreds. And then I just danced like I didn't have to cut hair in the morning.
That's a pretty great costume.
It was fun.
What else have I dressed up? Oh, one year I went to a party and didn't know it was happening, so I just had an outfit that kind of looked like a dyke. So I just went as a dyke. I had like this vest.
Like your a hoodie?
No, it was actually like stylish. It had like a pinstripe kind of suit.
Yeah.
And it had like a vest that was a halter, and I just wore a hat. And everyone was like, "What are you?" I was like, "I'm a dyke. I'm gay."
That's when you could do that.
Yeah, that was before politically correct times.
Yeah.
Now you can't say that.
Well, I know. Well, you have to be careful now when you dress. Apparently, you just offend. Like, I saw this girl. I think she was Hispanic. She was talking Spanish on her phone.
Okay.
But she was dressed as a geisha.
Okay.
And I was like, is she going to get in trouble for that?
No, Puerto Ricans can do whatever they... Spanish... The only people that get in trouble are white people.
Yeah.
White people get in trouble for everything.
Well, like, Hillary Duff got in trouble for wearing a pilgrim outfit. Because Hillary Duff desecrated the whole Native American population.
Insane. I have a friend that on Facebook who dressed up like a Boston Terrier and painted her whole face black and then a white strip down the middle. And I was like, I wonder if people would think that's blackface.
I was wondering that too, because my friend he's a musician. He made his own music video, and where he did one side of his face white and the other side black. And he was
I
like,
think that's okay.
He watched the video where he did one side where it looked like he was in just all white, but then he did the other side. And when I watched it, I was like, I wonder if you're gonna get in trouble for blackface. But I didn't tell him anything because I was like this. You know what?
Let's let it ride.
Yes. And bad press is good press.
Yeah, of course. Like even we talked about this on the last podcast about Amy Schumer, like how much backlash there was. Like,
yeah.
I'm sure. First of all, it's on Beyonce and Jay-Z's like network, right? Tidal.
Yeah.
Her making a parody of Formation.
Yes.
Like, I'm sure they knew there would be blowback from that.
Oh, I mean, you can't please anybody online.
No. And that's the other thing. Everyone's like, Amy Schumer's got to go. And it's like, first of all, most of her fans are white. So it's like, she doesn't care.
Yeah.
Why would she even care what you think? Like, I'm sure she's not outwardly trying to offend you.
No.
Like, that's the thing. I think most comics want everyone to like them.
Totally.
But if you
pleasers.
don't, then you're like, no, but it's just like, as a comic, you just want as many people to like your stuff. But if they don't, you're like, I'm okay with you not liking me.
Completely. Well, 'cause you just can't make everybody happy.
No, you can't. But, like, my intent isn't to offend you. Like, I never go on stage and I want to be like, sometimes, like, if a whole audience is just a total douchebag, like, then I'm like, yeah, I want to offend you guys. But, like, my intent is for you to think it's funny when I'm presenting to you. Like,
intent.
Right. It doesn't always come off like that. But it's not like people are doing stuff where I think most people are trying to do things in a satirical way. So everyone's just getting so offended by everything is so insane to me.
Yeah. Even this year, one of my goals was like, I want more haters.
Well,
You
you
know
said
what I
we got
mean?
our first hater.
We did.
And the guy was like, what are you, 12? And I was like, why do you like, are you attracted to 12 years old? And then he said nothing, I don't think.
No, but he probably, I'm like this, whatever. He was listening. And then we engaged in him, and he might even listen again this week.
Yeah, he might be like, what are these cunts going to say now? These dumb cunts.
And now we got one more listener.
Yeah, because there's people that are going to watch you just because they hate you.
Oh, my God. That's why I feel like Fox News exists, because people love hate watching it.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
Most of the stuff I watch anyways because I like hate watching it.
There is another good story that we had on here. This was from NBC News. All right, so New Jersey man dies, and he has 2 obituaries, one from his wife and one from his girlfriend. This is pretty funny.
Is this how they found out about each other?
I don't know. Due to dueling obituaries for him, one submitted by his wife and the other by his girlfriend, the rest is a little murky. Both were published in the press of Atlantic City, already a trash town, one on top of the other, and both include the same photo of the deceased who lived in Egg Harbor Township. The first identifies the man as Leroy Bill Black. He was survived by his loving wife, Beretta Harrison Black, and his son, Jazz Black. Now, Jazz Black, that name, when they submitted it, they should have said, no, veto. Jazz is not a good first name.
Yeah.
When they were registering that. It says Black died at home on August 2nd. No cause of death is given. The second obituary identifies him as Leroy Blast Black. Leroy Blast Black. Wow. And also says he died at home, but makes no mention of any family being there. It says in addition to his son Jazz Black, he's survived by siblings, family, friends, and his longtime girlfriend, Princess Hall.
These are all pretty names, though.
Yeah, Princess Hall. That's a nice name. That sounds kind of
Jazz.
like a Disney movie.
Mm-hmm.
The obituary also says he was a fiberglass technician who died of lung cancer due to fiberglass exposure. Then I feel like he should have had a girlfriend. He's dying
Whatever.
of cancer.
You know, if you manage to get 2 people to write an obituary about you, you must be a good person.
Yeah, that means like you touch 2 people's lives in a really important way. Right?
I know. I doubt I'll have...
Isn't that funny? The same exact picture right above each other?
Oh, I bet you those people that working at the newspaper were like, no, we'll put both of these in.
They're like, yeah, we're going to get money. We just need the money.
They went in all this trouble to do an obituary.
So the viewing is set for Saturday afternoon, and Black's funeral is scheduled for Sunday. She received a phone call from a mourner asking if there was going to be a problem between the wife and the girlfriend at the funeral. That would be great if at the funeral somebody got shot and then they just got more business and then they had to do another funeral.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Like if they could just keep having shootouts at these funerals, they can just really get a really prosperous business.
Yeah.
So the funeral director said, it isn't unheard of for there to be multiple obituaries written from different perspectives. That's a nice way of saying it. Different perspectives.
Yeah. Wait, they said that it's not unusual?
No. For an
well,
obituary.
I feel like the whole thing, it's like a lot of women find out their men are cheating when they die.
When he's dead. And that's like the best for the guy.
They won.
I know, but then you're like having a fist fight at
Here's
his...
my thing. If you...
Actually, it might be better, though. Like, how much easier is it to get over somebody that was fucking cheating on you?
Yeah.
Right? Like, at his funeral, you just fight this bitch, and then you're like, fuck him, too.
Yeah.
And then you just leave.
And then you've moved on.
Yeah, you're like, I'm ready to fucking date now.
He did a favor. So
Yeah. You're like, I'm going to fuck Leroy Blast's friend.
Yeah. Everyone around him is
like
getting
like
it's
almost like he's
the advantage of it.
It's almost like if he left a will, he was like, look, I did some shitty shit, but it's going to turn out better for everyone. You're going to trust.
I know what I'm doing.
You're going to get over me quicker.
My friend is going to benefit.
He's going to start getting some puss.
I told him he would.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like it's a win-win for everybody.
You know who I feel bad for? I feel bad for Jazz.
I know, poor Jazz. Now he has 2. I wonder if Jazz... They have to know. Also, like, if you...
I don't know how old Jazz is.
Obviously, if you're giving your husband too much leeway, if he can have, like, a...
Too much Leroy?
Too much Leroy. Leeway Leroy is what they called him.
Yeah.
That's his name, right? Leroy?
Yeah, Leroy Blast something. And then his son's Jazz.
It's so people still use that word name Leroy.
Yeah, I mean, well, 'cause people are going to die now that were named Leroy, and
I know, but usually that's a predominantly black male name.
that is
right?
it. They're black.
Well, I was thinking about this with people you always use the word name Shaniqua, and I was like, I've never met a black woman named Shaniqua, I think.
No, but you've met a Yamanika.
I've met a Yamanika, but I don't
Shout
hear
out to Yamanika.
no one ever throws that name.
Shaniqua.
Yeah. I guess it's like now Shaniqua is the name Susie or Betty.
Like the name Nicole.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be weird when we die and there's like an 80-year-old woman named Nicole.
So weird.
Right? Nicole Williams.
How about having your baby named like Bruce? Like, this is my baby. His name is Bruce.
But like, right. And now what people are doing is they're taking these old lady names and they're naming kids that now. So now there's like Blanche, Sophia,
Rose, Edith,
Olivia,
Grace,
Jazz,
Nana. I'm just going to name my baby Mima.
Mima List.
Yeah, Mima List.
That's a good name. Would you ever double hyphenate your kid's name?
List Talamash.
Oh, I guess, yeah, your name would go after.
Talamash List. How does that work?
I don't know. I think your name would be Talamash List if you wanted to double hyphenate it, but I think your kid's...
That's a long name. Talamash is already a long name to spell.
Right. Well, I think your kid's name would be Nana List Talamash.
I'm not going to name my kid Nana.
Probably be the only kid named Nana.
That's true. And then when my baby Nana becomes a grandmother, it'd be Nana.
Nana. Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah. I don't know with my last name, I always remember being like, I can't wait till I get married, so I'm going to get married to somebody and move up in the alphabet, and I'm going to have a shorter.
Oh.
Because I remember being a T and always being at the very end.
I know, but sometimes, don't you feel like when they come to kill everyone, they're going to go in alphabetical order and you're going to want to be at the end?
That's true.
I think you should really stay with where you're at.
Well, if that day comes along, I will just drop a list and go straight back to Talamash. And then I'll be like, bye, Joe.
You're just going to watch them blast Joe's brains and be like, oof, so glad I'm back here.
And the tease.
Hopefully by the time...
How's it been, guys?
Hopefully by the time they get back here, there's a regime change.
Well,
I guess
you got to do to survive.
I'll be right before Joe.
Well, I have to survive. I'm carrying John Connor, the one that will save us all.
Oh, okay. John Connor List.
John Connor List.
Talamash. What a long name.
I'm John Connor List Talamash. I'm from the future.
I'm John Connor List.
I know, it's weird. I have a lot of names.
I didn't pick any of them. But I have a lot of
It doesn't matter. I'm here from the future.
I'm here for the future. I'm here to say spay and neuter your cat and dog.
Well,
like Dick Clark.
I think we're coming towards the end.
Yes. We've been podcasting outside the Marshalls between 78th and Broadway.
Broadway, yeah.
Right by Stand Up
It's
New
our
York.
new office location. We're trying to get into stand-up labs, and this is the only way.
Yeah, we're just like, maybe if they see us in the car podcasting, they'll be like, you know what? I think there's two people that want a podcast.
It's like barking.
Yeah, we're like barking our way into podcasting.
Yes.
For people who don't know what barking is, it's when you're a new comic and you want stage time and you just stand outside and harass people to come watch a show.
Yeah. And then you get to do 5 minutes while people are not interested in listening to you.
Let me ask you though, when you first heard the term barking, did you kind of think you had to bark? I was like, I don't know, it seems really embarrassing, but I guess if everyone's doing it, I'll bark.
When I was told that is one road to get in, I was like, what other options are there? Because the idea of being like, comedy show,
ruff, ruff.
Yeah, arf, arf,
arf. I mean, sometimes that might almost be a better approach.
I know.
I also was the type of barker that when people ignored me, I would get so mad. Even though when people talk to me on the street, I get so mad.
Yeah.
I was
It's not a
good
great job, but some people are made for it
Some
and others
people are
aren't.
great at doing it. I was never great at doing it.
Yeah, and it's not a skill level I care to have.
Yeah, I'm like, you probably don't want to come to the show.
Chris Rock's not gonna.
Yeah, there's nobody, because they'd be like, who's gonna be on the show? I'd be like, no one you've ever seen on TV. Like, no one that's probably even gonna make you laugh.
They're like, Adrienne, your numbers are down. What are you doing? You're like telling the truth.
Yeah. They're like, who's on the show? I'm like, me, and I'm outside barking. So what does that tell you about the show? Look at that bag.
Oh, that's a cute one. It's a TJ Maxx bag.
Yeah, with the little Frenchie.
Mm.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Tell a friend. Like us.
Follow us on Twitter. Leave it. Oh, we got 3 good reviews.
Did we? Where do
They're-
you find them? I want to read them.
They're on iTunes.
Oh, that's where it is. I was going on SoundCloud.
Yeah, just guys, help us.
Help us before we have to make pussy panties.
Yeah, that's our. I'm giving us a date. If we don't make it, I have to do pussy panties by
And cum
Christmas
booties.
time and cum booties
We have to do a lot
and
of
ass
stuff.
puss.
We have a lot of stuff to do.
A lot.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.